What is going on, me old gaming darlings? This is Ryu Gamer 88 coming to you with another bit of video gaming content, and of course we are continuing on from part 1 of our World 4 progress through on that situation at the hospital. And what it was is that the world was quite confusing to go through the hospital, and we noticed a little bit of back history with our partner. And so to speak, and of course it left a few couple of puzzling clues on how to progress. I didn't personally quite get in sync to the situation, and that's probably because of my intelligence of being able to work it out myself. But so far we noticed that the TV signs and of course any of the cinema reels left a bit of an indication clue as to Illuminati sign, and I thought, what does this connect through with the current boss? And it turns out it wasn't just a large foot that came through, which we first thought it was a snake. It then turns out to be some sort of humongous humanoid, but when we got to the part of the hand had an eye when we fell into that pit. And of course, after we managed to just escape from that scene, we're sort of exploring other parts of the hospital. So without further ado, me old gaming darlings, less waffling and more gaming, because we need to get through to this world and see what we can suss out. So as we know, after coming up through upstairs, we may have noticed that there was a vending machine. However, there was also a flower along with what is to be a patient or a nurse of some sort, but lost the plot. So what we need to do, I don't think there was anything that we could do, because if we don't want to get too loud, apart from, you see, our partner doesn't really want to do much, and you can't go over through that gap wall either. But I'm wondering if there was an indicator clue how to progress, because last time, I think if memory serves me well, you go past that flower regardless of the speed of your walk, he's gonna get you either way. It really is. So and there's nothing really that's coming out apart from just cans. And a load of them. I wonder if they're all in date, to be fair. So if we threw one, I wonder what would happen. Oh! Oh, she died. Ah, so take that into consideration, me old gaming darlings. And it looks like that the nurse has dropped a key. Obviously take that way. But I doubt we can get any further, because our partner's gone elsewhere. And I think the other side of the room, there was a door with a key padlock. So I think we need to run back here. And was it to this door over here? Yes, it was. So with unlocking this, we should be able to progress a little bit further. Do we need to drop this switch? Oh, so that opens the door. Well, we can't walk anything further because of the fact that, well, there's a massive hole in the floor. Captain Obvious once said that. And there's no other doorways as well, so we need to continue on forward. But it looks like it opened this doorway as well. Interestingly enough. But, oh yes, I remember this doll. So if we pick the doll up, take it through with us, we might be able to go further along the corridor. Or was it hallway? Or does it not matter? We'll soon find out. Well, mind you saying that, me old gaming darlings, we actually got through. I don't think we can go through either of these doors. Nope. I need to take that. Remember to hold the buttons down. So, light or shadow, both doors are not available. It looks like we need to go to the door on the right. So nothing's really changed here. Apart from a pencil that's just been left about. Not quite sure if we need to take the doll with us into the next room here. So a bit of an edgy ear there. But obviously we couldn't progress further without the doll because of the fact that there was a hole here. And what we have to be careful, if we drop this at any point, so I'm wondering, could we stand in the door frame area bit? We could just about. So what we need to do, I don't know why I still held the L1 button down. We need to throw this bear across to be able to get through to the next door. No, I don't want to hold his hand. Not that I'm trying to be mean. Ah, too far away. But as you can see, we need to get through that doorway. And we're only going to be able to do this. Stop touching the partner's hand. It's not like as if you're going... Oh, forget the moaning. So then, of course, I'd say about here. 3, 2, 1. Not quite. Why do you feel the need to take his hand? He can walk on his own. Unless... Was there furniture at the side there? No, there wasn't, surprisingly enough. Ah! That could be really helpful. Oh, no, that was not helpful. But if we could just sort of time that a little bit right, you could probably... just stand in front of that doorway and where there was enough room to sort of cover enough light for you to walk across and just jump. Rather than doing a complete 100% walkthrough. So just sort of stand in this pathway here. Lobby the doll. But you probably want to go a little bit back. Stop trying to hold his hand. You're not on a blind date with him. I swear to God. Right. And could you see the point where I was referring to? That if you just did it enough, for you to get enough room to walk through, and then just before you get to the door frame part over there, then hit the X button to jump, and then you should be able to progress through to the door. But it's probably a little bit finical, and probably takes some time to get that spot on, but you should be able to do it from if you've watched this video. So it looks like we need to go through to the next room. But it's absolutely dark, and I don't know if using the torchlight is going to trigger them. So we have to be absolutely careful here. Oh! Just caught by that woman there. But interesting to see. Will the torchlight set them off? Not quite exactly. They're all blind. Oh my good Lord. So if it's not through here... I don't like the fact that the controller is vibrating like an intense heartbeat. Because that's what it's currently feeling at the moment. With my heart specifically too, so this doesn't help with the suspense calmness. So I think we're safe once we get through here. Oh, me and my big mouth. That's not the only thing. But I think our next sort of venture is probably through here. Through this air chute here. And just like that, we managed to get there before that nurse could get to us. Which is quite nice. You can even hear her upstairs. We can't further progress going back there. onwards and forwards, apparently. It looks like we can only go through here. This hospital is interesting. It kind of feels like Jumanji. That was a really good film. The one with Robin Williams. If you guys watched that classic Jumanji, leave a comment down below. And let me know if you enjoyed it too. The whole flower eating. The vegetation throughout the whole hospital building. It kind of sets up that sort of atmosphere. Okay, the main vegetation and all that was in the house, and there was some off-screen scenes where the animals go wild. But that sort of reminds me of that. I don't think there's anything in that luggage case. No. But I think we need to go down here. And then something is crumbling. Do we need to move? It's bringing the walls together. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Good Lord. So I think we need to jump and land on the bed here. Okay, maybe not quite like that. Ero stupido. Nice that the mattress isn't there. Oh, because it floated up. Didn't notice that minor detail there. I really didn't. So of course we land on that. So then grapple on to the cliff edge here. I say cliff edge. It's something. And to be fair, I'm not going to waste my time in case it does chase after us. That looks like part of its limb. Not going to lie there. Oh, goodness me. Is that going to move? No, it's not. Thank goodness for that. But I think we should get moving. Why is that heavily vibrating all of a sudden? It's right there. Run, run, run! Oh my God! It's like Elton John with no hair. Well, I'm glad that went. You can't go through that way because that's all been bricked off and that after all that's happened. But how did something of an organism get to that state? Makes you wonder half the time. It really, really does. No, there's nothing to pick up here. Run across here. Then, of course, climb up. Then I think we're going to need to back jump onto that, but making sure that you hold the R2 button like so and climb up, because I don't think some of these platforms look like they're going to last long. As you can tell. Well, as one can tell. But I get the feeling that that is not going to be the last of that. I think, was he a doctor? Well, it was something. It was a big problem. What would flipping the switch do here? Yeah, so if the first time you can't get through, it triggers your partner, if he's a CPU character, to hold down the switch so that you're able to cross through. But it looks like we're going to be on our own here. Oh, if you wanted to let your partner come through, I think that looks breakable. Oh, brilliant. So you don't have to be on our own. That's actually pretty cool. Run across through here. I think there's nothing else around here. But I think we need this elevator. But where that will take us is another question. It's getting more grim and dark as we further go down. And it makes me very suspicious as what is to come next. It makes me wonder how big the hospital is. Wouldn't stay in there too long, partner. My God, it really is crumbling down. Do we go through here or along the plankway here? Well, there's a key. I think it'd be wise to take the key. Just in case if we're in a chase. But I think where we need to go along the... Oh, there's a little doll there. Something is heavily vibrating. And I think it's our wonderful foe that's causing all of this. Now, where would this ladder take us to? For a ventilated area. So we, of course, would have to go further down. Was this triggering into a scene? The way that the camera was going a bit sturdy, I thought it was. It seems to have great difficulty of opening that. Yeah, we've definitely gone into a scene, everyone. But what happens next? Here's another question. Looks like some specialist elderly care, but is that a tape player? It's like past memories. No. Oh, Jesus, I didn't realise it was going to do that. But as soon as you get to this point here, hold the square button and run. He's going to clamp down on the floor. And just be aware of any crackling floors. L1 here. Run further all the way down. Because the hand is going to come to us and go to the right. And jump. And then... Now the head's on the run? How has our partner managed to run so far ahead of us? That's another question I'd like to know. But as indicated from the partner, go towards that doorway. And then again, straight down. To the right here. Give our partner a hand. Just in the nick of time. But I think... Wow, that actually kind of worked. Oh. But bearing in mind the whole thing is coming down. So of course, run straight along to the gong right there. Hit it, and as soon as it does, run straight along to this platform where your partner goes, jump all the way down, just keep running because he's going to not give up the fight. But for some reason our character decided to do a stop, walk and then run, which makes no sense. So every time you go into a scene, quickly let go of the square button and then press it again quickly so that it doesn't get jammed up. Just keep running, keep running. Keep running. No. How on earth are we going to get this fast? gong here. Then run. Go straight to right here. It's covered. But I think we've managed to just survive that. Because here is the mirror here. And that, of course, me old gaming darlings. Oh, why is she rejecting this? It's not a real mirror? How on earth did she know that? Oh Christ! What was we meant to do from there? Remove these planks here, and of course we should be able to hit the gong in time. And of course our partner's got to hit his bow and arrow. Hit his bow and use his bow and arrow. You've got to do the same thing again with this one. But if you ever want to know where to go, if ever buildings crumble down, take your partner's lead because it gives subtle clues. But it looks like we've got to go up here. Come on. We've got this. If he'd not just been a little bit more quicker with that. You can see the head right there, actually, to be fair. He got whacked by the TV there. This ain't very good. If I was trying to do this under 100% no deaths, I'd be seriously embarrassed by myself on the matter. Stay close to your partner. Come on. That's one. Take your time. Pretty much stay central here. At some point. That's going to crumble down towards us. Shoot that crate down. And gong that thing. And that's the second one down. So that only leaves his head. Ooh. Goodbye, Elton John. I really shouldn't refer to him as that, but he does look like Elton John. Come on, pull your partner up. You've come along so far. Oh! So, it was a nightmare all along? Oh. Okay, now this all makes sense. Please don't let it end like this. And it hasn't. Oh, good lord. I thought it was coming to an ending for that. But I hope Elton John is done for over here. But don't he want this? No, it doesn't look like he wants that. It looks like we've got to follow our partner's lead to where we've got to go for next. But there's the mirror right here. But what is wrong with her? Why is she not reacting to wanting to go through? Oh! Is she now stuck here? No. Because she belonged here. So then what is to be said for the partner then? There is no way that could have been the end. Flipping hell, I thought the story would have been a little bit bigger on this. But wow. But I think this game in particular was in reference to a partner. I think the name was Low, if I've got that right. But to see him go through journey to journey from past history of when he was at the hospital, and then he was reminiscing through all these different worlds. And I don't know if this was a venture of telling a story of his past history of growing up through time and time through his fears until we get to the hospital. That gave a real insight. I tell you what, I have a theory, was if you recalled the first world with the walking baby that had this killing bright eye, she was mainly bald, this baby, and of course it had 2 different clumps of orange hair. Now, this is the same sort of clump of hair that we see with our partner. So, was there any relations to that at all, by any chance, or not? Well, that's one for the discussions, but if you've got any of your own theories, then by all means, drop a comment down below, because I'm really quite keen as to whether this actually continues on in another Little Nightmares. But, good lord, didn't even go to think that it was going to be this short. I would have thought, oh, maybe there was going to be at least 6 worlds, or maybe 8. But then that could be me just being too greedy in my own desires. But this is unbelievable. Wow. I mean, overall, me old gaming darlings, that the whole gameplay was really interesting, and I'd say really good. A few lags here and there when it comes to action your character to do something, like for particular when trying to use the R2 for certain aspects of holding on for climbing or trying to grab onto something. You couldn't really pinpoint your character in doing so, whilst at the same time it seemed to lag in to be able to correspond. So I'm hoping that there would be a firmware that would be able to update and cut a lot of that problem out. But that is my only nag, is of course when trying to action something, particularly with the R2 button, it's not quick in response. But overall, Little Nightmares 3 is a really good game. For someone that hasn't played 1 and 2, it's been really good to Pete. Without you, there would be no Supermassive Games and no Little Nightmares 3. Oh, that's a nice little dedication there. That's really lovely of whoever decided to put that. Maybe Pete would like to hear my little recommendation about the firmware. So, I don't know if whether there is a good ending or a bad ending. But if there is different endings, then of course let me know in the comments down below and I will do them. But I would only do more different endings if there is popular demand on it. That's the only thing I'll say, because I've got to take into consideration of other games that we still haven't compiled through. Like Pac-Man is a little bit behind, and as well as Ghost of Yotei that I'm still trying to cover up through for you all. So, with that being said, it is best to focus on through. Oh, and reminder alert, me old gaming darlings. Pokemon ZA Legends, I believe, is coming out tomorrow. So, be on the reminders that it is out tomorrow, and get yourself a copy as soon as possible, and make sure that you don't forget your pre-orders if you've already done so. I think I might just sort of speed up. There was engineering involved in all of this? Not quite sure what some of the job titles in these sort of makings all means, but I can appreciate a lot of effort goes into these games. That was my phone. Sorry for the dodgy text tone noise. Certainly quite a few people involved, I must admit. How many game testers did they want? Blooming heck. So of course, on the major titles, the upcoming games that we will be playing for, you're going to see quite a bit between Ghost of Yotei and Pac-Man World 2 Repack. Another interesting reminder for all you retro gamers out there that come by the 31st, I think it was. Let me double check on the calendar again. Of course, yeah, it is the 31st. 31st of October, Halloween, me our gaming darlings. Not only will Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic comes out onto consoles, but also the Atari 2600 Plus Pac-Man edition comes out. Now, I've got the console and the game all reserved up, but of course, be on the lookout for any console review for this, which I'll do my best to deliver as much information as possible. But a week before that, 24th of October on the Friday, the physical release of the Tomb Raider Remaster collection of 4, 5 and 6 also comes out on the 24th. So there's quite a bit of games to be playing through. So that will be all very interesting. I'm hoping that we nearly get there to the end. I hope it's not one of them where it completely loops over the credits. But I think we should be nearly there soon, me old gaming darlings. And that, of course, we are nearly there. Or have I just spoken too soon and there's more people to get confirmed through? Oh. That's just going through with the team members of Japan and other parts of Asia. Come on, come on, come on. We're nearly there. Oh, thank goodness we're on there. No offense, Bandai Namco. No offense. Klonoa? What's the Klonoa series got to do with this on that? Or am I overseeing things here? That would be interesting to know. Oh. It's quiet time. Is he going to try and put the mirror back together or something? Oh, wow. It's actually quite sad when you look at it like that. And well, there you have it, me old gaming darlings. That was Little Nightmares 3. I thank you very much for having you join me on this journey and going along for the playthrough. And I hope you enjoy the game yourselves at home, or whether you enjoy watching the content, whichever way possible. But if you've watched through these videos, then of course, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Now, I will say here that not only am I taking through on some of the video games that I've pre-ordered through myself, but if anybody has any particular requests for any video games that I should review or play for myself for your entertainment, or whichever way possible, then of course leave a comment down below. And of course, any suggestions is always welcomed, and I'll see what I can do. But without further ado, if you are enjoying this video, or if you did, then of course hit that like button. And of course, as I said about the comments, feedback, different game suggestions, or anything else, leave a comment as well. But of course, most importantly is that if you are new to RyuGamer88, hit the subscribe button as well, because of course if you do hit the subscribe, you are going to be notified with all upcoming notifications of gaming content or any video content regarding of the matter for the channel. So without further ado, me old gaming darlings, take care of yourselves and each other. Ta-da!